This is TWiT.
Microsoft announced recently that they would replace the Mail and Calendar app in Windows 11 specifically with the new Outlook, which is a web-based version of Outlook that's coming soon in late 2024. This sounds smart to me. The Mail app, Calendar app is actually fine in Windows 11, but the Mail app, which is in Windows 10 and 11, is a steaming pile of crap. It's terrible. And it's a Fisher-Price toy. It's ridiculous. And it's needed replacing for a long time. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, in Mail and Calendar, we have something called Microsoft Outlook, right, which is the full Outlook client that's been around since 1997, and is the center of many people's lives, right? A lot of old school kind of Microsoft guys, this is their entire life. It's an Outlook. I don't use full Outlook, as I call it. I find it to be too complex. But the other issue is that it's just not really friendly toward non-Microsoft accounts. And I have, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever, I have to use a Google account every day for my primary account. So it's just not good for that. And, after trying all kinds of different things, I basically just use web clients, and I pipe all of my email accounts into a single place. I've configured Gmail so that I can respond. If I get an email to my Hotmail account and I hit reply, it replies from Hotmail, right? So I just have one place to go for emails. It's fine. But that's just me. This announcement, and I would have bet big money this would never have happened, generated an unbelievably negative response from a lot of people. Apparently there is a world of people out there who loves the Mail app in Windows 10 and 11 for some reason, and they cannot believe that Microsoft is doing this. Now, here's the thing. This app has been in development for years. They're not doing this until next October, November, somewhere in that time frame. Not this October, November, like 2024. This is 18 months away. And people will bring up these issues that with the app. And the two I hear the most are it's not touch friendly and it doesn't support offline, which actually is a problem. It will support offline. Microsoft has already announced that. And the touch thing is a little strange to me. This is a small audience, right? The number of people who actually use touch devices regularly, and that's their primary interface, and that's how you're doing email every day, that's going to be a tiny number of people. It sounds like people are just, this is the the history teacher guy from back to school. He's passionate, but we don't know about what. Like, I don't actually know where this anger comes from.
I think I know what it is, and I don't even know why they did this.
Yeah.
The logical thing to do is to say, hey, starting in September of 2024, when you install a new version of Windows 11, you're going to get an Outlook client instead of a separate Mail and Calendar app. And stop there.
You could actually, I would take it one step further and say, we will continue to provide the old apps through the store. So if you,
why not?
For some reason,
you go get them.
Yep, you can get them if you want. They do that with the Photos app.
I think the only thing people are outraged at is you said, hey, starting September 24, we're going to take something away from you. That was free.
It's something terrible, though.
But it's
like, we're going to take away your melanoma.
This wound? Like, why do this to yourself? You get nothing from it. Just say, and here's the point. You do want to phase out the old apps. They don't want to support the UWP apps anymore. That's the truth. Yeah. Right. They want those apps gone. So let them die a natural death.
They're doing it on a really protracted schedule, though. I mean, it's not like they're like, hey, by the way, in 6 weeks, this thing's going away. No, this is like a year and a half from now.
Yeah, but either way, as soon as you tell someone you take something away, they're angry.
Yeah.
So don't do it.
They are. Right? They are angry.
Yeah. So don't do it. Just put it out there. And then as it gets used, say, hey, usage on the old apps is dropped down a low. We're going to stop supporting them. But you do it as you make it perceived as a feedback loop. I don't know if it's actually going to be true or not. It's not even important, right? The real issue here is don't do we're the large corporation and we're going to tell you what you like kind of move. It's a dumb thing to do. And it buys you nothing.
Here's what's weird about this. There are a lot of things weird about this. The way this was announced was through the admin center for Microsoft 365. Which is not a consumer portal.
No.
It's for businesses. Now, the reason for that is that there's an Outlook organization inside of Microsoft 365, and they're in charge of everything called Outlook. And there's a lot of different things called Outlook. Outlook, obviously, the app I described, that's part of Microsoft Office, the big app. Outlook on the web, which is the commercial web client. Outlook.com, the consumer web client. And then the Outlook mobile clients. But as it turns out, Mail and Calendar are considered Outlook clients. They're the consumer versions that ship with Windows. Although you can connect your business account to them, actually. So that's like how they announced it, right? So I think a lot of people who didn't really look at it closely said, well, hold on, wait, what are you doing? You're getting rid of like the full Outlook client? And that's not actually what it says, right? Anyway, Microsoft responded to this very quickly. I just went off on a 15-minute rant about Windows 11. I can assure you, I'm never going to hear from anyone. Mm-hmm. But this got Microsoft's attention because this is part of Microsoft 365. Remember, I said different organizations to run a little differently. Mm-hmm. And so a day later, they said that they were going to, they saw the feedback and they're going to reevaluate. And then a day later, meaning today, they came back and said, no, we're still doing it. So, but the thing is, they reworded the announcement that's part of this Microsoft 365 admin portal to be a little clearer about what exactly is happening.
Right.
You have the option. Well, I'll get to this. I have a tip about this later, but if you run Mail or Calendar today in Windows 10 or 11, you should see a switch up in the corner that says use the new Outlook, right? You can flip back and forth today. So you have the option to at least try it. Anyway, the clarity here is, this is actually not particularly clear, but let me get through this. Users who have a Microsoft 365, I'll just leave it at that, subscription with access to the desktop apps. So that's everything but Microsoft 365 Basic, right? Which is only web apps. Can use the new Outlook for Windows. Don't have to use, but they can use. So if you're a paying Microsoft customer, unless you get the cheap commercial version, which your workplace is providing, you can use this app with that account, right? Okay, good. Users who do not have a Microsoft 365 subscription with access to the desktop apps, Basic, will have to use their Outlook on the web. Of course, that makes sense because that's what they get access to. They get access to the web apps. Those are the commercial customers, right? So this doesn't impact them. They can use it. They don't have to. Users will be able to use this. Now we're talking, this is actually consumers. I'll word it that way. Consumers, anyone, individuals will be able to use the new Outlook for Windows client with any personal email account, meaning Outlook.com, Gmail, etc., even if you don't pay for a subscription. That covers anyone who just bought Windows, or sorry, no one buys Windows. Someone buys a Windows PC or owns a Windows PC. They have Windows 10 or 11. They can get this app and they can use it with their Gmail account for free. Now, what they don't say there is you're going to see ads, by the way, and you will see ads if you're not paying for it. They give you the option to pay for it. I want to say it's about $2 a month if you want to just not see ads in the app. But whatever. And that's what's changing at the end of 2024. This is not changing today, although you can do all that stuff today. That's a year and a half from now. That is the minor change that is occurring. It will replace the Mail and Calendar app in Windows, right? Now, the original announcement said Windows 11 specifically. I would be surprised if they didn't mean all supported versions of Windows, meaning Windows 10, 11, and probably by that point, we're getting close to then Windows 12 as well, right? This is not a big deal. This is not a big deal.
I think you hit it. It's just bad communicating.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm also a big believer in don't make all the decisions. Be affected by the initial set of decisions. Offering a new and better client is fine. And then at least show, hey, people are using this. They really seem to like it. We're going to reduce support on these things. This is smart people doing dumb things in the sense that they figure out the end game and then they deliver the whole end game rather than let people come along for the ride.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I feel like people today are trained to be so antagonistic so quickly. Mm-hmm. Any affront that it's like we're not just sensitive. We're sensitive to things that don't even have anything to do with us. It's not even over. I don't know what you call that. We need a different word for it. We're not overly sensitive. We're ridiculously sensitive. And anyway, this is a positive move. Actually, I don't quite get it. I've looked at the responses. I mean, people will say, it's the worst thing ever, and I'll say explain, and they'll put their little list up there, and it's like, you're really getting. They're like, look at this. There's an area of blank space here in the UI, and it's like, yep. Like, whatever. Anyway, this is not a big deal. Made into a big deal. I cannot wait until the end of 2024 when we can talk about this again. In fact, let's promise never to talk about this again until the end of 2024.
I'm Jason Howell. What do you get your favorite geek who already has everything? Well, I know just the thing. It's a Club TWiT gift subscription, of course. TWiT podcasts keep them informed and entertained with the most relevant tech news and podcasts available. And with a Club TWiT subscription, they get even more. They get access to all of our podcasts ad-free, the members-only Discord, exclusive outtakes, behind the scenes and special content, and exclusive shows like Hands on Mac, Hands on Windows, and the Untitled Linux Show. You can purchase your geek's gift at twit.tv/clubtwit, and they're going to thank you every day for it.